Hey, it's grab and go advice. I missed 1 week on an update. So I guess this is like week 5 or 6 for our vegetables. We just came back from vacation and we have a lot of tomatoes out here, Houston. Check that out. Strawberries, I don't know what's going on with them. They're coming in, they're a little bit green, and then they tend to rot a little bit before they're edible. And it might be that they're just overcrowded in this basket. I'm hoping that's the only issue. Our tomatoes are not sticking to the little post right there, as you can see. And these right here had fallen off. So I guess that's about as large as they get right there. They're a little bit bigger than the little tiny tomatoes, which that one there, as you can see, is really small, and they grow about this size, and that looks like that's about as big as it's going to get. So I'll show you my hand here so you can see. Now over here on the other side, we have another strawberry plant, and we have blueberries growing, if you remember. The blueberries are doing great. This has really grown. The height of this right here has grown a lot since we've been gone. Actually, in the past week we had a lot of rain here, so that has taken off. This tomato, I don't know if something's getting in there eating it or what. But you can see that stuff on the yellow tomato there. And this plant looks like it's trying its best to die. I've had problems with that one since I planted it. That bush doesn't look like it's going to make it. I spent about 30 bucks on that. It's a hydrangea bush. And it doesn't look like it's going to make it. Here's another strawberry plant. Again, just kind of show you what's going on in here. They're just not... These are like the size of a raspberry. Over here, it just looks like it's a lost cause on these strawberries. At first they did really well when I first hung them out here. I don't know what's going on. I'll show you the carrots in just a second. This is our second tomato plant over here, and I'm just having a lot of issues. I think I'm going to need a better stake to hold these up with. They make one, it's like a cage. It goes around the whole thing, and it's like a cage. Since these are heavy, they probably really do need that. And over here, our flowers are doing really well. I'm not sure if those are weeds coming in or if those are some flowers that I had planted last year that are trying to come up, so I haven't pulled these, as they might actually be flowers. Although, it looks like a weed. This right here is our, goodness, can't think of what it's called. Anyways, it's coming back to life, which is good news. I'll come over here and show you these things. Can't think of what this bush is, but it's really pretty. This like little plant here is really pretty when it grows. It has really pretty purple flowers on it. Our carrots, that's them. If you remember, the carrots were looking really well there for a period of time. Well, the tops have not grown anymore, and they're starting to kind of lay down in there, as you can see. So I think this is definitely it's not deep enough or something. I tried to pull one up to see how the carrots are doing, and all I have on here, I'll show you, is roots. I'm not really seeing any carrot growing. It's just roots. So I'm thinking I need to use a taller plant to try to get carrots in. But honestly, it's not that big of a loss because carrots are relatively cheap at the grocery store. These are our bell peppers, which our bell peppers are, they're really doing amazing. And if they produce anything, I'm going to be ecstatic, because these came from a bell pepper in our refrigerator, if you remember. They're a little in need of water. They look thirsty. But yeah, this right here is just so pretty the way it's coming in. And we have a bucket back there. My husband's been out working in the woods in the back. And that looks like some really stagnant water in there. So that needs to be emptied out. I think I'm going to get him to empty that out. That looks bad. Here's our potting soil. Our sunflowers didn't make it with us gone out of town. It looks like the drought just kind of got to them. It's really not so much of a drought. When you live in metro Atlanta, you know, some days we have rain and some days, more than some days we don't. When it rains, it's a great rain. But when it's drought, it's usually a rough drought. Alright, this is Grab and Go Advice, updating you on our little outdoor vegetable garden. It's the first time I've ever done a raised garden like this. So it's definitely new to me. And sharing my experiences with you guys. So if you're wanting to do it, hopefully you can learn something. Even if I'm failing, you can learn from my failures here with this stuff. But I'm hopeful. I know the blueberries I'm going to have to replant because they get to be very large. I bought 2 different plants here. The one on the left was a dwarf blueberry bush. We haven't had one blueberry grow on it. And then the other one was a regular blueberry bush. I bought both of these at Home Depot. When we bought this one, it had blueberries on it. And as you can see, they're still there. And it's growing. It's getting really nice size compared to the one behind it. Alright, subscribe to my channel and tune in for more updates on my garden and on my life. I share a lot with you guys. Hope you enjoy. God bless.